And welcome back. Alright, so what I did here with the anti-venom salves is that I went back to veteran difficulty to be able to put those on the equipment. So now we are actually doing very well with poison and acid resistance. Actually 8% over the maximum there. So resistance wise we are doing overall decent. Not great, but decent. Chaos resistance is at 40%. That's a bit low, but we'll just have to make do with that for now. Okay, let's get on with it. On to the Warden. Well, there are a few minor things that we will be doing before that, but Warden Krieg should be falling in this one. That is the goal. Alrighty, so let's see. We have Balros and Hagra to deal with. And they are in this direction, if memory serves. Yeah, there they are. Hello, I'm here again. They are quite tanky currently. The minions just aren't all that good anymore at dealing damage, not until the gear is upgraded. But they're still doing an okay job at it. I'm not complaining. Alrighty, so let's move on to Burwich. Secure the portal first, after which we will be collecting fabric. Splendid. Alrighty, there's the portal. Pick up all the aether crystals that we see. As well as 99% of the green junk. Does make life a bit easier when race skeletons is not only 3 skeletons per cast. I think it might be a better combination to go with occultist with necromancer instead of shaman. Lots of synergies there. But I don't know, in the end, does it make a whole lot of difference? Maybe not. Blood of Drag is a nice skill though, if I remember correctly what it's called. Could keep the minions alive. Far better and easier. That would have also probably been enough poison and acid resistance by itself for Argyle. Anywho, we have 1 out of 3 fabric. So here's 1. And now we need 1 more. Is that one? Maybe? No. Okay. Maybe it is going to be inside here. Alright. Lots of stuff to pick up, as usual. But there is the fabric as well. Excellent. Let's learn this. We now know how to craft Ulda jacks, but we never will. Very unlikely. Even if I end up making another hardcore character at some point. The nice thing about being on another difficulty after normal is that we get the reputation for all the factions we've uncovered from monster kills. Can I get through here? Maybe. Though, maybe not. Okay, sure. Well, in that case we need to go over here instead. Also, yes, let's resummon that. I am no longer afraid of your poison attacks. Though I definitely don't want to be standing in poison or acid, even with 80% resistance. Okay, can we get out of here? Yes, we can. So now we rescue Kasparov's apprentice and take the shrine while we are at it. And once again, this thing has died. I would really like to replace this empowered relic that we're using, but currently not feasible. Alright, desecrated shrine. That is quite a bit of damage, actually. Let's be careful. If I can resummon everything. Alright, there we are. Good, good, good. That's one more devotion point for Argyle. It goes here. So the second node of Ishtak, the Spring Maiden, which ironically enough gives me poison and acid resistance. So now we're definitely over the threshold by enough. Well, it's better to have more than needed than the other way around. Okay, treasure trove, and we do have a dynamite, so let's blow it open. And here again is Darlet. Safe journey. Okay, let's get out of here. inventory does fill up very quickly when I pick up all the green loot as well. Well, at least we are keeping the money situation healthy. A healthy purse makes for a healthy owner or something. Alright, there are quite a few enemies here it seems, but they don't put up much of a fight, thankfully. Criminal records, I guess I never took that. Also, I'm not going to run back downstairs just for that. Alrighty. Here we are. Next rift gate, the Warden's Cellar. Level 58. We are steadily inching towards level 100 here. Okay, increase physique, and now we get to emboldening presence. Let's take that. That is some help to our minions, as that is an aura. Quite nice. Okay. Right, time to resummon again. But can I even get through here? It doesn't look like it. Okay, well, in that case, we head on this way instead. Is there a secret passage or something? No. There is a secret passage somewhere here, but I don't remember where. Doesn't really matter either. I do like the addition of the totems to the game, but I'm still not going to like go out of my way for too long just because of a totem. Not at this level at least. Here's the next rift gate. Okay, take care of that crystal please, thank you. And can't get through there, so instead, let's head on this way. Break down the door. Apparently that's easier than opening it. Yeah, I can see on the map, yeah, okay. Minor secret here. Nothing that interesting there though. However, the shrine coming up is far more interesting. Not even sure if it's worthwhile to resummon the crab spirit there over and over. I don't think it's going to contribute much overall at this point. Okay, another relic blueprint. But more importantly, a devotion point. This time we get plus 6% total speed and slow resistance, and the pets get plus 80% to all damage. Okay. At some point I will be, I guess, specking out of the turtle shell. But not just yet. I'm not actually sure if it's activated even once, but I would imagine that it has a couple of times. Haven't been paying enough attention, perhaps. I'll actually check just how much it's helping in a moment. Once the action cools down, that is. Alright, let's see. Turtle shell. So 3700 damage absorption. 100% chance at 50% health. Okay, well, it's nothing to sneeze at, I suppose. Let's keep it for now. Might save Argyle's life at some point. And resummon. There we are. And the final rift gate of this place. I think I'll just run past these enemies, unless there's like a champion enemy. I think we'll be fine. Hopefully, at least. Okay, but I cannot get through there. Meaning that let's go this way instead. Sometimes it just do be like that. Also, I can't get through here, so I missed something. I guess it's from here then. Okay. Let's kill this fool. Hide behind a corner, as you do. And resummon everything. There we are. Thank you, come again. Okay, I do see another totem. I did just say that I won't care enough about them. Don't remember if I've actually explored this area. Well, whatever, it's fine. I mean, I must have explored this whole place once or twice in my life, but it's been a while. It's definitely been a while. But let's just continue. Nearly to the warden himself. Okay, that's a lot of heat. Let's hide behind the corner again. There we go.
That skill's not ready.
Okay, Zanbrand, it's time to die. Alrighty, and that's another legendary item. Let's pick it up in a moment here. Is it any good for us, though? Doesn't look like it. Alright. Well, that's a shame. But we are, at this point, used to it. And here is the Warden again. Hello. Well, of course you have. Okay. Let's just keep on moving and avoiding. And of course, resummoning. Okay, that did actually hurt a bit. Yes, yes, shut up and die. Thank you. Okie dokie, that's that taken care of, and here is another blueprint. Alrighty, and now let's return to Devil's Crossing. Never did rescue the merchant there, but whatever, that's fine. If I'd really like, I can do it later. Okay, another level up. Okay, so do I possibly care about increasing Shaman Mastery further? I don't think I do, because the only thing would be Conjure Primal Spirit, which, while good, would of course demand skill points to actually make use of. And we only have a limited supply of skill points. So instead, let's boost these auras that we have now. So let's see, which ones do I want the most? Let's go with the defensive stuff, so Oak Skin and Heart of the Wild.
Have you found a rift gate in Burwich? Good work. There have been... Is that so? The Warden's defeat is a great victory.
Yes, yes. Great victory to mankind.
So you must be the kid. Aye. Before we...
Okay, and I think we should have enough... Yes, definitely have enough reputation to pick up bounties now. I guess I could take a look. Nicholas Balthasar. So it would be helpful if I actually remembered where all these enemies are. But this is in the direction that we are going. The Argovian foothills, so I guess I'll accept that bounty. Also, let's go through the junk again here. Bear with me, this might take a little bit again. Okay, doesn't look like there's anything so far that we care about. So let's just offload all of this garbage here. pet belt, but is it good? I guess it's probably better than what we currently have. Seems to be a bit better. I guess I'll use it. Alright, and since we do actually have poison and acid resistance over the maximum, I don't need to use anti-venom salve here. Let's use something else in a moment. So let's put this here. I do want to take the anti-venom salve out of the item, even if the anti-venom salve isn't actually all that expensive, I guess. Do still value it more than iron bits, I guess. Okay, a pet medal. Sadly, I would be giving up some resistances to use it. This thing doesn't have any resistances on it. Well, reduced freeze duration. I think I'd rather keep what I currently have. The pet bonuses on the new medal weren't all that spectacular either, so it's fine. Eventually we'll find something actually good. Now, speaking of something good, is this good? Searing Warden's Judgment of Binding. So, it's the same base item that we currently are using, but is this one better? 100% physical damage converted to aether damage. Never actually paid attention to that. I guess it doesn't really matter, at least at the moment. Yeah, I think this one is a bit better than what we are using. And also, maybe it is actually worthwhile to farm the Warden, or at least kill him some more times to get a better version of this. But yeah, let's use that. This is kind of garbage. Okay, so that's the items. Yeah, okay. Now let's remove those components there.
Let's take a look, shall we?
Okay, keep add-on. And let's immediately apply it there. Keep add-on, but let's not apply it there. Also, we have this thing. Is it any good? Probably not.
Goodbye for now.
I'll just sell that as well.
Put it to good use.
Alright, so now we want a component in the belt.
Got something you need stashed.
Let's also transfer all of this stuff there. As well as these boots. Okay, and actually we already had one pair of these. Well, in that case, I guess I'll blow the other one up. But first, let's apply something here. So what would be decent? I might actually want to craft something, since these look to be pretty meh. Okay, let's see. Can I make something? So all armor. Something with resistances or armor or something like that. Well, doesn't look like we actually have anything all that useful here. Maybe I will actually just put another anti-venom salve on it. I mean, we will be changing gear pretty rapidly still. So whatever.
Find any blueprints?
So let's do that. Okay. But now let's blow these boots up.
Take a look, shall we?
Dismantle? Oh, I can't dismantle yet.
You're back. Is it that point?
Oh well. I guess I'll save the dismantling for later, in that case. Anyway, I also got the fabric, so let's speak with this old gal here. Yes, there it is. So, the Forgotten Gods expansion I didn't do on veteran difficulty, but I'm not going to do it just yet here either. Not sure actually when I want to tackle that, but maybe before we've taken Ashes of Malmuth down. Nice and easy. Won't even bother speaking with that guy. But I suppose I will once again rescue these people. Hello there, Stephen Skinner. Okay, so things are bad, blah blah blah. I come from Devil's Crossing, we defend it, see you there. See ya there. It's just easier to make the same choices over and over again once you find something that works. Anywho, let's go get the shrine here. Kill all of these enemies first though. There we go. Alright, that's actually some damage. Let's relocate. And also resummon. Okay, come on, die. There you are. Isn't that better? Alright, the next devotion point. This time we get bleed resistance. Very nice, only 2 points away from the goal, the actual goal. I suppose I'll clear this cave while I'm at it. Seems there is a nice chest here. So I guess just having a nice chest as the incentive isn't actually all that much. Since you get a ton of loot anyway. At least nowadays. Okay, this guy is actually killing the minions very effectively. Please just die. There are also a couple of ways to boost XP gain in the game, but I don't have access to those currently, since I'm playing hardcore and I haven't unlocked them. There's a very nice potion, for example, that you can get from the Mammoth Resistance. If I remember correctly, it requires the very last reputation level with them though, which is, I don't know, a few hours of grinding the correct enemy types. So I definitely could have done that, but I didn't. The nice thing about that is that you can actually buy them just to use them on other characters as well. It's still relatively fast to level up, but it does slow down quite a bit. Alright, let's once again side with Isaiah. And let's go get the totem, I suppose.
Can't do that yet.
That is a lot of garbage. Let's pick it all up. And also, I think there was a blueprint somewhere. Yep. Also, 1 point into physique. Argyle has a lot of time to do push-ups while the minions handle the fighting. Alright, once again I will search for your elder and deal with the bandits. Also, let's actually take care of the loot again. I should probably double check if this was any good. It's kind of comparable. I think what we currently have is definitely better though. That is a lot of stuff on the shield, but I'm not going to use it. So off you go. Also, double check that ring actually. Nah. Not worth it. So much junk to go through. So what I saw from Path of Exile 2, I haven't tried it myself, but it seems that there is quite a limited amount of loot there. Also the inventory space is very limited, at least in comparison to a game like this. I think the sweet spot is somewhere in between those two, in my opinion. I think there might be a little bit too much loot in Grim Dawn. Maybe a little bit. But definitely maybe not enough for Path of Exile 2. Anywho, let's continue. I mean, loot is like maybe even the most important part of a game like this. So with that in mind, I think Grim Dawn does it better. But like I said, I haven't actually played the game, so maybe I shouldn't be speaking out of my ass. And also it might get changed along the way. It's still in early access, I think. And probably will continue to be so for quite a while. Also, let's not stand in that. Okay, there we go. I mean, I do have access to the loot filters. I guess I could be using them at this point. But I also do want the money that comes from selling all that stuff. So let's not mess with it yet, at least. Alright, here is Mr. Balthazar. Oh, come on. Can't dash through that, apparently. I will loot your chests while my minions kill you. How does that sound? Also, apparently I've leveled. Well, let's do that in a moment. Okay. That is another legendary item, and this time it's actually somewhat relevant. But we can't use it yet. It requires level 68. 8 more levels. You right? Sure. Sure. So the level up. Also, yes, let's take 1 point of Blood Pact, which impacts Wendigo Totem. So now, if anyone is in a 5-meter radius, their attacks, well, allied attacks, heal 5% of attack damage. So that's pretty nice. And also, it grants vitality damage. Alrighty, and let's also improve, let's see. Let's go with oak skin. Right, and keep on moving. And now let's get the relic from the Elder. Also, here is another totem. Let's not click on it just yet. Okay, there we go. Let's preemptively make one of these totems, actually. Not sure how much help it's going to be with just 1 skill point there. Maybe I will actually invest in it some more at some point. I think I did see a build based around skeletons and the totem at some point. Like a couple of years ago by now. Posted on the game forums. Also, that's a couple of legendary items again. They are becoming pretty common. Okay, so let's take a look. Edge of Death. Well, that's not for us. How about the other item, though? Avatar of Mercy. Okay, yeah, that's good. That's definitely good. This is like a generalist item. Lots of resistances. And also it grants mercy. Activates when health drops below 30% and restores some health and grants stuff. So that's a good find. Let's use it. Alright, and resummon and head on here. What the hell are you shooting at? Oh, you're shooting at the Elder. Okay. Nice work. Boss cannot complain that he was slacking off. So I guess he wasn't very effective when the Elder was still alive. Yes, I found him, and here is your thingamajig. Alright, making steady progress. I don't think ultimate difficulty has been too much by any means. Well, obviously, since we're still alive, but... yeah, I don't know. It's definitely possible that I get, like, nearly one-shotted at some point. But so far it's been smooth sailing. I guess the real danger comes from the optional late-game content, actually, and maybe not from the actual main story content. We'll see if we get there. Okay, I see a shrine. Also see a ton of wasps. Wasps are very easy enemies. Guess I'll kill the rest of them as well. Let's not go into the nest, though. Oh, we can't actually get this. Need a Vengeful Wraith. Alright, well, in that case... let's go see if I can craft that. After this thing is dead. Okay, another relic blueprint. Irrelevant to Argyle, but... okay. So, Vengeful Wraith. Can I make that? Doesn't look like it. I think it's a component. Yeah, okay, I can't make it. Oh well. That's a bit of a shame. But we've done the bounty. Let's report it. Let's see if I can get another one. Hallion the Rat. Now, where is that guy? Oh. Actually, where we are going. Well, that's convenient.
Well, you work we have to
yes, I work fast.
leave no room.
Alrighty, and also let's speak with this guy. And let's see, did I have anything else here? Return to Bernard at the rover camp. Yet that's not here, obviously. Okay, well, let's just keep going. Over there. Well, that's the first shrine that I wasn't able to restore, apart from the Mogdroken shrine. Also, I never did venture there on veteran difficulty. I guess we might do that here. There's not a whole lot you can do there, but there are a few things. Anywho, here is Quaid.
Your weapons where I can see them.
Quaid! Activate the reactor, Quaid! Okay, anything I can do to help here? Is this enough? Well, of course it is. That's another level up. And okay. There we go. Let's take more physique, as I haven't encountered anything spirit requirement-wise for a while. Alrighty, and now let's see, what do I want to improve? Maybe just Briarthorn. Or maybe just continue with the auras. Let's go with Mogdroken's Pact this time. And also resummon the Skellies. Alright, Gulgoth. Let's see what you're made of. Well, he did manage to tank for a while, but now he is dead. Rest in pieces. Dynamite. I do love me some dynamite. Let's kill this guy. Wrecked something. Wrecked by Protoss. Okay, this isn't StarCraft. I would imagine that's like a reference to something like that. Kind of has to be. Also, please stop targeting Argyle. You SOB. I don't want to be wrecked by you. Champion of the pit. He is quite sturdy. Okay, come on. Third of the way to go. There we are. Alright. I guess I'll free these guys again. More dynamite. Excellent. That was a lot of damage, actually. Not sure what ability that was. Or what damage type. Maybe piercing. Anyway, still alive. That's the fortress taken care of. Music reminds me a little bit of Borderlands currently. which in a way is kind of the same genre. A little bit. Or at least has a lot of similarities despite the obvious differences. Anywho, let's see. Okay, I don't think there's anything else here, but let's check. Yeah, nothing of interest, I don't think. So let's head inside. Cronley's hideout. And there is another shrine here, which is probably more exciting than Cronley himself. Yeah, these named enemies are starting to be very tanky, occasionally at least. Well, I guess it's subjective. If it takes like 20 seconds, it feels like it's very tanky. If this were an MMO, 20 seconds would be nothing. That's another blueprint. Relic a Reckoning. Well, won't be using that, but let's learn it. Let's actually beeline the shrine here. Pick up the Annals of Argovia as well. And there we are. So, now we are 1 point away from Nature's Guardians, which is extremely good. Alright, excellent. Now let's go deal with Mr. Darius, or Darius, however you pronounce that. Won't be too sad if I mispronounced it. He's not a nice guy, so he deserves all the mispronunciations. I find it a bit annoying how short the casting range for Wendigo Totem is. Does mean that Argyle needs to get in up close and personal pretty much if I want to use that. Unless of course I back off, which I definitely can do. Well, currently it's not going to do all that much anyway. If I end up putting more points into it, that will be a different story. Always nice to be able to loot stuff while your minions do all the work. Hello, Direni.
What do you want?
I want you to die. Thank you.
I can't carry anymore.
Okay, inventory is full. Well, that's a slight annoyance. I guess I'll just see if any of this stuff is good currently and not actually run to town. Let's go deal with Darius. Though actually hovering over everything is going to be a bit annoying as well. Well, we are nearly there. Nearly there. Well, when 99% of everything is not going to be used, I guess this will go quickly. There is a totem here, though. Okay, maybe I should head to town in that case. Okay, sure. Convinced myself. Let's deal with these enemies first, then go sell stuff, and then deal with the totem. Alright, so head on to Devil's Crossing again.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
Don't need to actually sell everything, just enough junk. Alright, so nothing of note so far. Signet of Valiance. I don't actually remember this set. I don't think I'll be using it, but looks to be like a generalist item set. Useful for nearly everyone. Except maybe a summoner, which is why I sold it. Okay, let's go through this tab here. And then head on back. Is this item any good? It's less resistances, but it has pet bonuses. I think it's not good enough. Also, it is 6 levels away. Whatever, it can go. Alright, is this any good? I don't think so. Let's just get rid of it. I will get the soul shard out of that at some point.
Iron well spent.
Alright, let's go back. Might be that the inventory immediately fills up again, but we are nearly to the end here. So totem first.
I can't do that yet.
Okay, well, resummon. Somehow they killed everything. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff. One more legendary item won't be used. Also a relic blueprint. Let's see, where is the relic blueprint? There. Okay, now finally let's go deal with Mr. Cronley. Hello. Die. I do appreciate that we can just skip the pleasantries. This might take a bit of time actually, but we'll see. He is apparently quite good at killing the minions. He's also trying to say something, but I can't quite make out what it is. Which is angering him to a great extent, it seems.
Enough of this! Die!
Yes, I agree. Wholeheartedly agreed. Nearly there. I do like it when they have fun. There we are. Click on the chest and let's go deal with this as well. Keep some for ourselves. Okay, more legendary items. This one might even get used, maybe. Golemborn Greaves. So that is some resistances. It's also a lot more armor. Would be giving up a bit in terms of pet bonuses, but other than that, this might be better. Let's see, where did it go? Here. So, let's see. Physical resistance, pierce, and poison. But we also get Golemborn, which is, well, I don't know, actually not all that useful, perhaps for Argyle. I don't know. It's debatable. I guess I'll use it though. It's close. Close-ish. Definitely will be replacing that. Possibly quite easily. But I suppose it is a minor upgrade, so I shouldn't complain. Alright, here we are at Twin Falls, and here is the next Rift Gate. So let's go report in Devil's Crossing.
Well, is it finished?
Yes, it is.
World. Damn, now that we're not in.
Alright, that's another level up. More physique and more Mogdroken's Pact, I guess. Let's speak with Barnabas.
Come, friend. Right to business then. Nobody's...
Alright, but that is enough for now, so yeah. I will, I guess, do the inventory management on my own time, so yeah. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time.